Hello students, we have been seeing the chapter metallurgy. First, let's see what we have studied in the last class. So first we have studied about metallurgy. Metallurgy is the study of science and technology of metals. And these metals exist in the free state as well as a combined state as oxide, sulfide, silicates, etc. Then the process of extracting metal from mineral ore is a metallurgy process. Then next we have seen about difference between the minerals and ore. Let's see what is the definition of mineral and ore. Here mineral is a naturally occurring substance of metal present in earth crust are called minerals. And ore is a minerals from which high percentage of metal can be extracted commercially are called ores. Then we have seen about one statement. All minerals are not ores but all ores are minerals. So we have seen with the example, bauxite is an ore of aluminium while china clay is not an ore. Then we have seen ore and its chemical formula of a metal. So did you remember in this we have used one remembering techniques, mnemonics. So let's discuss about the metal and its ore along with the chemical formula. First is aluminium. Here the mnemonic is BDK. Dinesh Karthik has bold out. Here B is for bauxite, D is for diphosphor, K is for kaolinite. Then for iron, here the mnemonic technique is Hemant. Hemant's having an iron body but looks like a slim. So here the H refers to hematite, S refers to siderite, L refers to limonite, I refers to iron pyrite and M refers to magnetite. Then copper. For copper, triple C Ma. Here first to C, copper pyrite, then next copper glans, then next to C, cuprite. And M refers to malachite, A refers to azurite. And for zinc, the mnemonic technique is ZCZ. First Z refers to zinc blende or sphalerite, and C for calamine, and the next Z is for zincite. And for lead, GAC. So here we have used one situation. Galina is a girl. She was writing with the lead pencil in the AC room. So G refers to galena, A refers to anglesite, C refers to cerussite. The next element, tin. Here tin, there is only one ore, tin stone, which means or else we can call it as cassiterite. So for tin, cassiterite, TC. And for silver, major 5 ores are there, SP, C, SP. First S refers to silver glans or argentite, and the next P, pyragyrite, also known as ruby silver. Then next is C, chlorargyrite, also known as horn silver. Then S for stephanite and P for prausitite. So we have seen with the mnemonics techniques. I hope you might have studied the chemical formula. So these are the things we have studied in the last class. And today we are going to see about the extraction of metal. Before studying this, let's imagine a story. It's just an imagination. There is a man who is living under the earth for around 100 years. Just இது ஒரு imagination தான். ஒரு மனுஷன் என்ன பண்றான், பூமிக்கு அடியில 100 வருஷம் வாழ்ந்துட்டு இருக்கான். So அவனை என்ன பண்றாங்க, scientist வந்து அவனை தோண்டி எடுக்கிறாங்க. So how he will looks like. So look at the picture, the first picture. So he looks like shabby. Shabby means ரொம்ப அழுக்கா, ட்ரெஸ் எல்லாம் கிழிஞ்சு போய் அந்த மாதிரி இருப்பான். இப்போ அவனை யூ ஹேவ் சீன் another one picture, ஒரு கிளீனா ஒரு நீட்டா டீசெண்டா இருக்கிற ஒரு பிக்சர் பாக்குறீங்க. ஸோ இந்த மனுஷனை இப்போ இருக்கிற மாதிரி, இப்போ இருக்கிற காலகட்டத்தில் இருக்கிற மாதிரி ஒரு நல்ல மனுஷனா மாற்றணும். ஸோ அதுக்கு என்ன பண்ணலாம்? The first thing what we can do is we can remove the dust particles first. ஸோ அவனை மண்ணிலேருந்து எடுக்கும் போது ஸோ அந்த மண்ணில் உள்ள டஸ்ட்டு அழுக்கெல்லாம் அவனை சுற்றி இருக்கும். ஸோ ஃபர்ஸ்ட் என்ன பண்ணுறோம், அவனை சுற்றி இருக்கிற அந்த அழுக்கை ரிமூவ் பண்ணணும். தென் நெக்ஸ்ட் அவனோட பாடியிலே சில இது இருக்கும், லைக் முடி வளர்ந்துருக்கலாம், நெயில்ஸ் வந்து நல்லா பெருசாக வளர்ந்துருக்கும். ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி அவனோட பாடியிலேயே சில இம்ப்யூரிட்டிஸ் இருக்கு, அதெல்லாம் நம்ம ரிமூவ் பண்ணலாம். திஸ் இஸ் த செகண்ட் ஸ்டேஜ். தென் தேர்ட், அதெல்லாம் ரிமூவ் பண்ணிட்டா மட்டும் அவன் வந்து நீட்டா ஆயிட முடியுமா? இல்லை. ஸோ ஹி ஹேஸ் டு டேக் பாத் அண்ட் ஹி ஹேஸ் டு ட்ரெஸ் வெல். ஸோ ஹி ஹேஸ் டு கிளீன் ஹிம்செல்ஃப். திஸ் இஸ் த தேர்ட் ப்ராசஸ். திஸ் சேம் கான்செப்ட் வி ஆர் அப்ளைங் டு த chemistry metallurgy process. So we we are taking the minerals from the earth. Mineral வந்து மண்ணுல இருந்து எடுக்கிறோம். It will be having lots of impurities, dust impurities, மண் இருக்கும், then some non-metallic impurities might be there. So first இதை என்ன பண்றோம், அந்த impurities remove பண்றோம். அதுதான் concentration of ore. The first process is the concentration of ore, which means removing the earthy impurities. Then at second process is extraction of crude metal. இப்போ first அதை remove பண்ணதுக்கு அப்புறம் அந்த ஓர்ல உள்ள மெட்டலோடய some impurities இருக்கும். We have seen already metal exists in the form of combined state. Most of the metal will be in the combined state, like metal oxide, metal sulfide இருக்கும். இப்போ அந்த மெட்டலை அதுல இருந்து ரிமூவ் பண்றதுக்கு அந்த ஆக்சைடை ரிமூவ் பண்ணணும். So this is the second process. In second process, we are extracting the metal from its metal oxide or metal sulfur or metal carbonates. This is the second process. Then next, third is refining the crude metal. Like how அந்த மனுஷனை வந்து நம்ம எப்படி அவனை குளிப்பாட்டி நல்ல ட்ரெஸ் போட்டு அவனை வந்து எப்படி ஒரு பியூர் ஒரு நல்ல ஒரு ஹேண்ட்ஸமான மனுஷனா காமிக்கிறோமோ அதே மாதிரி the third step is here refining the crude metal. நமக்கு extract பண்ண மெட்டல் எடுத்து அதை refine பண்ணி அதை பியூரா மாத்துறது தான் third step. So in extraction of metal there existed three steps. First is concentration of ore, which means removing the impurities, and second extraction of crude metal. In this process we are extracting the metal from its metal impurities, like metal oxide, metal sulfur இருக்கிறதுல வெறும் மெட்டலை மட்டும் extract பண்றோம். In third process we are purifying the extracted metal into a pure metal. This is the third process. So in this class we will see the first step. Only the first step we are going to see in this class, the concentration of ore. So we have seen the three process, and the three process லையும் என்னென்ன processலாம் யூஸ் பண்ண போறோமோ first go through that. இது already previous video I have discussed. So once again we'll fastly go through this. In concentration of ore there is a 4 methods: gravity separation or hydraulic wash, froth flotation. In leaching, under leaching there are 4 types: cyanide leaching, ammonia leaching, acid leaching, and alkali leaching. Then at last magnetic separation method. The next process is extraction of crude metal. இதுக்கு அண்டர்ல 2 process இருக்கு. First is the ore converts to metal oxide. It can be done by 2 methods: roasting and calcination. Then the second step, metal oxide converts to metal. It can be done by 3 methods: smelting and the reduction by carbon, hydrogen, and some more metals like aluminium. Then third one is auto reduction. So in extraction of crude metal there is 2 steps. One is ore converts to metal oxide and metal oxide converts to metal. Then third process, refining of crude metal. Under this there is a 5 methods we can use: distillation, liquefaction, electrolytic refining, zone refining, and vapor phase method. So in this class we are going to discuss only the concentration of ore and the 4 methods. So we take one example, bauxite ore. Here bauxite ore is the ore of an aluminium, and the chemical formula is Al2O3.2H2O. இந்த first நம்ம concentration of ore பண்ணோம்னா it will remove the earthy impurities. Just அதுல வெளியே இருக்கிற dust மட்டும் தான் remove ஆகுது. So we are getting Al2O3.2H2O, just same chemical formula, but அதுல உள்ள impurities மட்டும் remove ஆயிருக்கு. This is the first step. Then I already said in the extraction of crude metal, second stepல 2 step இருக்கு. The first step is A, the second step is B. The first step is the ore converts to metal oxide. Ore வந்து Al2O3.2H2O. இதை என்ன பண்றோம், metal oxide மாத்துறோம். So the water வந்து remove பண்ணிட்டு only metal oxide மட்டும் இருக்கு. இதுதான் first step. In the second step, metal oxide converts to metal. So Al2O3 ல இருந்து only aluminum மட்டும் extract பண்றோம். This is the second step. Then third, refining. நமக்கு கிடைச்சிருக்கிற aluminum என்ன பண்றோம், we are refining into a pure aluminum. This is the third step. So first, concentration of ore. Here the ores are associated with non-metallic impurities, rocky materials, and siliceous matters, which are collectively known as gangue. So as we already discussed, here in the concentration of ore, the main motivation is just to remove the impurities. Here the gangue means impurities. Generally chemical நம்ம எப்படி சொல்லுவோம்னா அந்த impurities பேரு gangue னு சொல்லுவோம். this gang impurities is the removing the gang impurities is the primary step in the concentration of ore. So the impurities வந்து எந்த மாதிரி இருக்கும்? It may be a rocky materials or siliceous matter. Siliceous matter means the dust. அந்த மண்ணில இருந்து தான எடுக்கிறோம். So first அந்த siliceous matters remove பண்றோம். Here the choice of method வந்து depends upon the nature of the ore, the type of impurities and the environmental factors. So under the concentration there are 4 methods are there. இந்த method எப்படி நம்ம choose பண்றோம் அப்படினா based on the ore and the types of impurities we are choosing the method. So these are the methods used for the concentration of ore. The first is gravity separation or hydraulic washing, then second is froth flotation, then third leaching, then fourth magnetic separation. Here by comparison we will see the principle, condition and the nature of ore and gang. First comparison படிச்சிட்டு then each method we will discuss later. The first method, gravity separation or hydraulic wash. Here the principle is based on the specific gravity. And the second, froth flotation, the principle based on wetting property. In leaching, the principle is based on the solubility property. And the fourth, magnetic separation based on the magnetic property. Here, condition, what type of ores, the nature of ores நம்ம use பண்றோம் அப்படின்னா, for the first method, native ores and oxide ores. Like native ores ஆவும் இருக்கலாம், it can be the combined state ஆவும் இருக்கலாம். Then for froth flotation, only sulfide ores. So froth flotation la வந்து எந்த மாதிரி ores நம்ம எடுக்க போறோம்? Only the sulfide ores. Then for leaching, the same, native and combined ores. And for magnetic separation, we are taking ferromagnetic ores. Ferromagnetic ores now, the ores having the magnetic property. Such a type of ores we are taking for the magnetic separation. Then next, the nature of ore and gang. So as we already seen, the method is depends upon the nature of ore and gang. So here in gravity separation la வந்து ore எந்த மாதிரி இருக்கும்னா high specific gravity and the impurities is, which means gang, is a low specific gravity. And for froth flotation, the the nature of ore is it is absorbed by the oil and the gang impurities is absorbed by water. Then for leaching, the nature of ore is soluble and the nature of gang is insoluble. And for magnetic separation, the nature of ore is magnetic and impurity is non-magnetic and vice versa, which means ore magnetica இருக்கும், gang non-magnetica இருக்கும், or else ore non-magnetica இருக்கலாம், gang வந்து magnetica இருக்கலாம். So both the conditions we can use the magnetic separation method. So at first, gravity separation or hydraulic wash. So the condition வந்து என்ன? We have already seen. It can be used for the both native state ores as well as oxide ores. So native ores example we can take gold, and for oxide ores we can take hematite and tin stone. From hematite we can extract iron, from tin stone we can extract tin. So such a type of ores we can use for the gravity separation. Here the principle. Here principle is based on the gravity difference. So gravity difference of the ore and gang particle. If a ore, the process is, here the ore should be the high specific gravity and the gang should be low specific gravity. So what is the process is? Here we are taking the crushed ore and in the stream of water is flowing. So when we keep the crushed ore on the stream of water, the high specific gravity ore and now it will be settled down and the low specific gravity gang will be removed along with the flow of water. So this process you can understand easily in this video. Here the explanation also will be there. So please listen carefully.
The powdered ore is spread on special types of tables having grooves on the top. A stream of water is thrown from one side of the table. The gang particles, being lighter, are washed away with stream of water, leaving behind the heavy ore particles.
So we have, I think you got an idea how the separation will be there. So in the water flow of water in the ஓரையும் கேங்கையும் ரிமூவ் பண்ற அந்த மெத்தட் தான் நம்ம வந்து கிராவிட்டி செப்பரேஷனும் சொல்லலாம், or else hydraulic wash. So see the picture here. Here this is the picture for a picture representation of gravity separation or hydraulic wash. So here we have taken the crushed ore and there's a sloping table. In the sloping table we are flowing the stream of water. So water flow ஆயிட்டு இருக்கும்போது அதுல இந்த crushed ore போடுறோம். இப்போ இந்த crushed oreல there is a there is a corrugated boards. இப்போ ore வந்து high specific gravity means it will be more weight when compared to the impurity gang. அப்போ இந்த more weight இருக்கிற இந்த ore என்ன ஆகும் இந்த corrugated boardsல settle ஆயிட்டு இந்த light particles இருக்கிற அந்த gang என்ன ஆகும் இந்த waterோட remove ஆகி தனியா அதை collect பண்ணிக்கலாம். So this is the hydraulic wash method or gravity separation method. Next, the second method is froth flotation. Here the condition is the method of concentration used exclusively for sulfide ore such as a galena and zinc blend. So in the froth flotation the condition it is used only for the sulfide ores. Here the principle is based on the wetting property of the ore and gang. So wetting property means we'll see in the later session. Here the process is here the powdered ore is treated with a frothing agent and a collector, then it is stirred to create froth that separates the concentrated ore from gang. So we have seen some terms frothing agent, collector. So let us see what are these. First, this method is froth flotation. Here froth means a foam na nora, and the frothing agent enna pannudhu it will create a foam. That is the use of frothing agent here. So what are the examples of frothing agent is pine oil, eucalyptus oil, fatty acids, etc. Then collector. Here the collector we have taken as sodium ethyl xanthate or sodium lauryl sulfate. The use of a collector is it helps in the collection of froth or the absorption of ore particle on the surface of froth. Here the sulfide ore particles gets wetted by the oil, means the frothing agent and collector both absorb the sulfide ore particles. Then the remaining gang particles will be absorbed by the water. So let me explain the process once again. Here what we are taking in a beaker, suppose we are taking the sulfide ore particles, along with that we are taking a frothing agent, collector and universal solvent water. So water is a universal solvent, you know. So in the beaker we are taking 4 things. One is the water, along with that sulfide ore, then collector, then frothing agent. So then we are taking the stirrer இல்லனா ஏதாவது ஒரு fan வச்சு rotate பண்றோம். அந்த சொல்யூஷனை வந்து continuously stir பண்றோம் அப்படினா it will create a foam, because ஏனா இதுல frothing agent pine oil or eucalyptus oil add பண்ணிருப்போம். It will make the froth. இப்போ இது வந்து foam form ஆகுது. இந்த foam ஓட சேர்ந்து இந்த collector என்ன பண்ணும் அப்படினா the sodium ethyl xanthate என்ன பண்ணும் இந்த sulfide ore absorb பண்ணிக்கிட்டு இந்த foam ஓட சேர்ந்து மேல உள்ள லேயருக்கு வந்துடும். Then in down there will be a water, then some impurities will be there. This is the froth flotation process. Here and the foam என்ன பண்றோம் தனியா collect பண்ணி then we'll dry and we'll take for the next process. And down particle the water and gang will be removed later. So here we are taking one more thing, a depressing agent. Here what is the use of depressing agent is decrease the flotation property of other ore particles. For example, sodium cyanide or sodium carbonate. So why we are taking depressing agent means in what condition we can take this depressing agent. For example, in lead extraction oda ore enadu galena PBS. இப்போ lead extractionல impurities இருக்கும். impurities வந்து suppose sulfide ore அதோட impurity இருந்துச்சுன்னா என்ன ஆகும்? For example, in galena we have to extract lead. அதோட impurities வந்து zinc blend இருக்கு. Suppose ZnS வந்து அதோட impurity இருக்கு. ஆனா both are sulfide ores. அப்போ in this frothing froth flotation is used for sulfide ores. அப்ப என்ன ஆகும் இந்த foam ஓட சேர்ந்து leadum மேல வந்துரும், zincum மேல வந்துரும். ஆனா இதோட extraction என்ன only lead extraction. அப்ப அந்த zinc வந்து impuritiesனா கீழ வாட்டரோட தான் போகணும். ஆனா என்ன ஆயிடும் ரெண்டுமே சேர்ந்து மேல வந்துரும். அப்ப what we have to do, we have to depress one sulfide ore in order to extract the lead. So zinc வந்து நம்ம டிப்ரெஸ் பண்ணி லெட்டை மட்டும் தனியாக பிரித்து எடுக்கணும் இந்த சல்ஃபைடு ஓரில். ஸோ such a type of ore we have to use depressing agent. So now you have understood why we are using the depressing agent. So the process I'll explain once again. Here in the beaker, if we taken lead sulfide along with the zinc sulfide, along with that zinc blend impurities irukku. Ipo we are adding the frothing agent, the collector, then universal solvent water. Along with that we are adding the depressing agent sodium cyanide. இப்போ என்ன ஆகும், இப்போ லெட் வந்து ஃப்ரோத்திங் ஏஜென்ட்டோட சேர்ந்து கலெக்டரோட சேர்ந்து ஃபோமாக மேலே போய் செட்டில் ஆகிடும். இப்போ இந்த ஜிங்க் என்ன ஆகும், இட் வில் ரியாக்ட்ஸ் வித் த டிப்ரெஸிங் ஏஜென்ட் NaCN சோடியம் சயனைடோட ரியாக்ட் ஆகி இது என்ன ஆகும், அதோட ஃப்ளோட்டேஷன் ப்ராப்பர்ட்டியை கம்மியாக்கிட்டு அட் லாஸ்ட் இட் வில் ஃபார்ம் அ லேயர் ஆஃப் ஜிங்க் காம்ப்ளெக்ஸ் ஆன் த சர்ஃபேஸ். அப்போ என்னாகும், மேலே உள்ள அந்த லெட்டை தனியாக பிரிச்சிடலாம், இந்த ஜிங்க் காம்ப்ளெக்ஸை தனியாக பிரிச்சிடலாம். ஸோ இந்த மாதிரி கண்டிஷனுக்கு தான் we are using the depressing agent. So you can see the video of froth flotation. There will be explanation on that, so listen carefully.
Froth flotation method. This method is used for the concentration of the sulfide ore. The powdered ore is taken in a tank and some water is added. Add some pine oil to it. The compressed air is passed through the contents of the tank. The froth, being lighter, rises to the top of the tank along with the particles of the sulfide ore sticking on it. It floats as a scum which is skimmed off. The gangue particles settle down, being heavier. The froth is transferred into another tank and thus concentrated ore is obtained.
This is the picture representation of the froth flotation. This picture is different from what it is given in your book. Here it is a simple representation. In the beaker they have taken a sulfide ore particle, then water, it is a solvent, universal solvent, then pine oil, it is a frothing agent, then we are stirring by giving the compressed air, we are stirring the solution. Then the froth bubbles are carrying the sulfide ore particles to the surface of the layer and the gangue particles are settled along with the water. So this is the froth flotation process for the concentration of sulfide ores. Then next process is leaching. Here this is the principle is used here is solubility of the ore and gangue particle. Here the condition should be the ore should be a soluble one and the gangue should be insoluble one. The process of leaching is the crushed ore is allowed to dissolve in the suitable solvent. So solubility property nale we have to dissolve this ore and gangue in the suitable solvent. So this crushed ore is allowed to dissolve in a suitable solvent. The metal present in the ore convert into a soluble salt while gangue remains insoluble. So this is the basic principle of leaching process. Leaching means we are removing the impurities with the help of a solvent. That is only leaching. There are 4 types of leaching process. At first cyanide leaching, then second ammonia leaching, third alkali leaching and fourth acid leaching. So I have said already in the leaching process the solvent is used. So for the first cyanide leaching the solvent used is a sodium cyanide, and for ammonia leaching the solvent is ammonia, and for alkali leaching the solvent is a base. We have taken sodium base, sodium hydroxide or sodium carbonate, and for acid leaching we have taken sulfuric acid as a solvent. So what type of ore we can use in the cyanide leaching is gold and silver, and for ammonia the ore we have taken is nickel, copper and cobalt, and for alkali leaching the ore is bauxite ore, which is the ore of aluminium, Then for acid leaching, galena and zinc blend. Generally the sulfide ores are used in the acid leaching process. So next, what are the gangue particles will be removed in the leaching? And first, for cyanide leaching, aluminosilicate is the gangue particle, and for ammonia leaching, iron 3 oxides or hydroxide and aluminosilicates are the impurities in ammonia leaching, and for alkali leaching, iron oxide and titanium oxide are the gangue particle, and for acid leaching, sulfate is the gangue particle. So let's discuss each type of leaching in detail. First is cyanide leaching. So in cyanide leaching, solvent is sodium cyanide, the ore is gold or silver, gangue is aluminosilicate. So what is the process of cyanide leaching? Let us consider the concentration of gold as an example. The crushed ore of a gold is leached with a aerated dilute solution of sodium cyanide, which means aerated means in the presence of air. Here the gold is converted into a soluble cyanide complex along with the aluminosilicate as a gangue, which is insoluble. So here the reaction goes like this. It is a stoichiometry equation, so we have to balance the equation. So gold, then cyanide, then in presence of oxygen O2, then water, which gives a soluble complex, soluble cyanide complex. Along with that, some water is left out. And then next process, in the first process we got soluble cyanide complex. In the second process, the recovery of metal, which means cementation. So first process we are getting a complex. In the second process we have to recover the metal from the complex. That process is known as cementation by the method of reduction. What is reduction? You know, it is an addition of hydrogen or the removal of oxygen. So here in the second step, gold can be recovered by reacting the deoxygenated leached solution with the zinc. In this process, this gold is reduced to its elemental state, that is zero oxidation state, and this process is called as cementation. So here see the equation. Here zinc reacts with the soluble complex. So here the complex has a minus charge, it has ions. So what it is happening here is zinc, it gives the proton to the electron deficient and left the gold separately. So it makes a zinc cyanide complex, then leaving the gold as a separate metal. So this process is called cyanide leaching. Then next, ammonia leaching. Here the solvent is ammonia, ore we have taken as nickel, copper and cobalt ore. The gangue particles are iron 3 oxides and hydroxides. Here we have taken the crushed ore like a nickel ore or copper ore or cobalt ore. Along with that we are adding aqueous ammonia and water. So what we are getting from this, we are getting a soluble ammonia complex. Along with that iron 3 oxide and hydroxide or aluminosilicate as a gangue particle. See the reaction. In the text we have it has not given, so I have just written in the general form. Nickel ore plus aqueous ammonia gives the soluble nickel complex. Then copper along with aqueous ammonia gives soluble copper complex. And cobalt then reacts with aqueous ammonia gives soluble cobalt complex. Here aqueous ammonia means ammonia in presence of water. So this is the process of ammonia leaching. Next, alkali leaching. Here the solvent used is sodium hydroxide or sodium carbonate we can use. Then ore is bauxite ore and gangue particle is iron oxide and titanium oxide. Here what we are doing in this method, the ore is treated with the aqueous alkali to form a soluble complex. So for example, we have taken the bauxite ore along with the base sodium hydroxide. See the equation, we have taken bauxite ore, then along with that we have taken sodium hydroxide in presence of water in aqueous solution. So we have taken in the presence of water, then it has to be treated around and it is heated with the solution of sodium hydroxide or sodium carbonate. It can be anything in the temperature range between 470 to 520 Kelvin at 35 atmosphere. It is a condition for the reaction to form a soluble sodium meta-aluminate and leave the gangue particles remaining as a iron oxide and titanium oxide. This is the first part. Then in the second part, here the hot solution of the sodium meta-aluminate complex is decant, cooled and diluted. Here decant means in the first reaction we got the soluble sodium meta-aluminate. We have heated the equation, so the product will be having so much heat. So first we have to decant the solution, means in the beaker we have taken the what is left out is the some gangue particle, then above the soluble meta complex. Decant means we are filtering the soluble complex separately, and that one we have to cool, then dilute the solution by neutralizing method by passing carbon dioxide gas to form the alumina precipitate. Then this precipitate is filtered off, then heated around 1670 Kelvin to get the pure alumina Al2O3. So this is the process of alkali leaching. So first what we are doing, this we have taken the crushed ore, along with that we have taken sodium base NaOH or sodium carbonate in presence of water. This both have to heat up to 470 to 520 Kelvin in presence of 35 atmosphere. It gives soluble sodium meta-aluminate complex, along with that some impurities. So we have to remove both the impurities and the soluble sodium meta-aluminate separately by decantation, and after decantation we have to cool the solution and dilute the solution. That should be neutralized by passing the carbon dioxide gas to form the alumina precipitate. So it is in the form of precipitate. We have to get the pure alumina. We have to get a pure metal. So the precipitate is filtered off and we have to heat around 1670 Kelvin to get the pure alumina. This is the alkali leaching. The next acid leaching. Here in acid leaching we have taken a solvent as sulfuric acid H2SO4 and the ore zinc blende or galena, and the gangue particles will be sulfates. Here it is exclusively for sulfide ores, like froth flotation is exclusively for sulfide ores. Like that acid leaching can be done for the sulfide ores. So here the sulfide ores, it has to be insoluble. This is the condition. The insoluble sulfide ore is treated with the hot sulfuric acid in presence of air, means in presence of oxygen. This reaction has to happen. It gives the product soluble sulfate along with the some elemental sulfur. So this is the process of acid leaching. After this we can take this zinc sulfate for the next process to extract the metal zinc. So this is acid leaching. The next fourth method in the concentration of ore is the magnetic separation. It is very easier method. So as from the name itself we can guess the magnetic separation means the ore and gangue should be having a magnetic property. So it is applicable to the ferromagnetic ores. The ores having magnetic property are called a ferromagnetic ores. So this is the condition for magnetic separation. Here the principle is based on the difference in the magnetic properties of ore and impurities. So previously we have seen in the tabulation, ore has to be magnetic, gangue has to be non-magnetic, or else it can be vice versa. Ore can be non-magnetic and gangue can be magnetic. So for each case we can take the example. For example, if chromate combined with some siliceous impurities. Here chromate is a magnetic ore and siliceous impurity means it is just a sand, so it is a non-magnetic. So that is a gangue particle. It is example for the first case, and for the second case ore has to be non-magnetic and gangue has to be magnetic. For this we can take the example of tin stone along with the wolframite. Here tin stone acts as a non-magnetic ore and wolframite is a magnetic impurity. So what is the process here? It is explained in the video. So here there will be explanation also. So listen to the video clearly. Then I'll explain it later.
Magnetic separation This method is used to concentrate the ore with magnetic nature and impurities are non-magnetic, or vice versa. The powdered ore is dropped over the belt on the side of the non-magnetic roller. As the ore particles travel over the belt and reach the magnetic roller, the magnetic particles are attracted by the magnetic roller and fall into a heap on the inner side. The non-magnetic particles form separate heap away from the magnetic roller.
So it is very easy method. We have seen in the video, they have explained very clearly. So once again, let's discuss the process. Here, this is the picture of the magnetic separation method. Here, the powdered ore is rolled on the magnetic roller. So there is a two types of roller. One roller is with magnetic, another roller is a plain roller. Here, the powdered ore is rolled on the magnetic roller, and the magnetic particles are attracted towards the belt, leaving the non-magnetic particles separately. So by looking at the picture, you can understand how the process is happening. So this is the concentration of ore by the magnetic separator. So at last, let's see what are the concepts we have seen today. We have seen the extraction of metal from ore. It consists of 3 steps. First is concentration of ore, second extraction of crude metal, and third is a refining of crude metal. So we have seen only the first step, concentration of ore. So it has 4 methods. Under this we have seen what is the condition and what is the principle and what type of ores. So these are the things we have seen for every method. First is gravity separation or hydraulic washing. Here we have the main principle is based on the specific gravity, and for froth flotation the principle is based on the wetting property, and leaching, it is based on the soluble property. Under that we have seen cyanide leaching, ammonia leaching, alkali leaching and acid leaching. At last, magnetic separation, and this method is based on the magnetic property of ores. Thank you.